So I'm incredibly sleep deprived today. So let's do this. People of the future, it's nice to know you. You know what I found today? Like, I didn't really get much sleep on Saturday night or Sunday night. So this morning, I started having like flashback and flashback and flashback of old memories that I do not like. And I found that when I'm sleep deprived, I have more flashbacks, like more trauma flashbacks, because I'm not capable of, number one, being sound-minded enough by being present because I'm so exhausted. And number two, like I'm not really present, which leads to happiness, which leads to, I don't know, like meaning or whatever. So, when I find out when I'm sleep deprived, I have more of these weird flashback memories, and I have worse dreams too. And the worst dreams lead to the bad flashbacks, and the bad flashbacks lead to, more of like a icky feeling, like nothing's right, like something's wrong, like you're kind of depressed. It's weird, man. It's very strange. So, note to self. Try not to be sleep deprived, and you might have less flashbacks. I never realized that until this morning. Huh. So, yeah. I also realized this morning when I was cooking that nobody really cares if you achieve anything. They really don't. Like, in the long run, like, people don't care about that kind of stuff. They care about what you give to them or what you do for people. The other day, one of my friends sent me Steve Jobs' advice to people when he was on his deathbed. And he came to the conclusion that money doesn't matter, success doesn't matter. What matters is like loving other people and doing that kind of thing. And it was like, yeah, but nobody cares about what Steve Jobs has to say, because like he didn't do anything for anyone. He created Apple. Like, okay. Like, when Oprah Winfrey dies, or when she's on her deathbed, people are going to be so thankful for what she gave to people, because she gave people Super Soul Sundays, which are on YouTube, by the way. They're very cool. She introduced people to amazing psychologists and spiritual leaders like Brene Brown and Eckhart Tolle, and she has changed the lives of so many people because she was interested in certain people. And when she was interested in certain people, whether they were recommended by her friends or whatever, she would invite them on her show, or she would invite them on Super Soul Sundays, and she would sit down and talk to them and introduce these people to the world. And these people had a huge influence on millions of people just because Oprah decided to put them on their show. So it was like a chain effect. So Oprah, she has influenced and she has changed so many people's lives. And that's what people remember. Like, that's what people care about. Like Steve Jobs, nobody's going to give a shit about him. Bill Gates, nobody's going to care about that guy. Jeff Bezos, nobody's going to care about that guy. Because they're only in it for themselves. They're obsessed with achieving. Okay? Like, I came to that conclusion this morning because one of these coaches, his name is Ben Bergeron. And Ben Bergeron, he is this guy that does this podcast, and he's also this CrossFit coach. And I thought about Ben Bergeron sitting down, thinking about all the achievements that he's had. in the last 15 years. And him realizing that none of that stuff means anything. Like, what really matters is the lives that you change, and the people that you love, and how kind you are. That's what people remember you for. You could achieve all the things in the world, people don't care. At the end of the day, you're just somebody else that achieved things. Doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter how famous you become, how significant you become, how much you achieve, how popular you are. That stuff all goes away anyways. What do you have left? You have nature. You have the people that you've helped out, done things for, guided, loved. Something I said in yesterday's video is, when it all comes down to it, everybody just wants to feel loved. Loved, unconditionally, cared about, valued, listened to, seen, heard. That's all anybody ever wants in life. And when they don't get those things, they reach out for substances, or like drugs, alcohol. They drift towards the wrong people that are unhealthy for them. They'll do anything to feel accepted, or to feel something. Just to feel something. But what everybody really wants is to... Well, number one, I think that what everybody really should be doing is just finding time to be present, to be connected to all things, and to be connected with nature, and sit in solitude and stillness, and without thought, and just be. I think that's everything. And I truly believe that's the only way to love other people. Because in that space, you're no longer obsessed with yourself. You're no longer afraid of anything. You're no longer fearful. You don't desire. Being kind to people and listening is just comes so easily, so naturally when you're in that state. I feel like we're slipping away from that. Many people don't know how to do that anymore because of cell phones and technology. Yesterday was my worst day of the week because it was Sunday. Sunday is always my worst day of the week. Monday is my favorite day of the week. Love Mondays. So today's Monday. I'm really excited about this. The fact that it's Monday. And so yesterday I stayed at home and I shaved because I really don't like hair. I'm not a big fan. And I watched some Charmed episodes because my friend wants me to get into the show Charmed from, the 1998 version, and it's on Netflix until October 1st, and then Netflix is taking it off the air, and so I stayed at home and I shaved and I watched 3 or 4 Charmed episodes, and I thought I was okay. I thought I was like, oh, whatever. Just staying at home, cleaning, taking care of things, shaving, watching Charmed. And then my buddy Dr. S gave me a call, and he wanted to go out to this local bar on the water. And so I went with him. And the whole time I was there, I was very present, and I was looking at the water, and I was observing people because it was an outside bar. And I was drinking water the entire time because I gave up drinking beer, because I know that even if I drink a half a beer, it messes with my Depakote levels. Even if I drink 4 ounces of beer, it messes with my Depakote levels, and I become depressed that night. I become depressed usually for the next 2 days. So it's like, if I drink a beer, I'm going to be depressed for the next 64 hours. Like, no thanks. I think I'll be okay. So I'll drink water instead. And so I drank water the entire time, and we were there for like 6 hours, 7 hours. I was just looking at people, observing people, looking at the water, looking at the birds fly by. And it was so cool, man. I really enjoyed it. And this morning I woke up and I had like flashbacks of like being at home and watching Charmed on Netflix. And I was like, God, that was like a nightmare. Just like watching TV, like on Netflix, like a TV show on Netflix, and shaving and being inside for so many hours. My God, that was awful. And I feel like so many of us do that now, but we don't realize how awful it is. It really, truly is awful. But we're getting so caught up in it because it's a form of entertainment. And looking at the sky or looking at the trees is probably not enough for most people nowadays. That's the clutter theory. I don't know what video that was. Oh, I don't think I've ever done the clutter theory. Well, anyways, that's the clutter theory. I created that clutter theory. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. But the hell with it, I'll talk about it now, right? So, like, if somebody watches a lot of movies and TV and YouTube videos and things like that, and they're constantly being entertained by a rectangle, and they hear explosions, and they see explosions, and they see car chases, and they see people killing each other, and things blowing up, and screens changing, because the director needs to go to as many different screen shots as possible to entertain the person who's watching. You get so used to seeing those images, those flashy images, those entertaining things changing from second to second to second, that when you shut it off, when you finally shut the rectangle off, you shut the movies off, the YouTube videos off, the TV shows off, Netflix, Hulu, whatever, your brain is like, okay, I need something to entertain me. Oh my God, where did the rectangle go? I need something to entertain me. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So the mind needs something. The mind needs to feed on something, because the mind has been fed by the rectangle for so long, for hours. So the mind's like, okay, I lost. Okay, I need something to fulfill my mind space. So then people start to think, or they start to worry, or they start to rationalize things, or rationalize their life, or overthink, and they can't be present, because the mind constantly needs to be entertained. Like, even this morning when I was cooking, I was thinking about the Charmed episodes that I was watching yesterday. I was having flashes of them, of the episodes. And I'm like, that's not normal. That's not normal life. Because normal life is this. It's these Christmas lights. They're not moving. These Christmas lights aren't going anywhere. It's that tree. The tree is not moving. It's moving a little in the wind, but that's it. The clouds, they move a little slow. But everything is still or calm. And it's beautiful. And the more and more you spend time with that still and that calm, that stillness, and just be with nature and be with yourself without forms of entertainment like movies and shows and Netflix and YouTube videos, the more you'll be able to be present. And the less you'll most likely think or worry. And then when you're truly present and the mind is still, that's where true creation comes from, because that is creation. And you can start to solve things in your life, find out what's wrong, what's working, what's not working. You could listen to what you have to say. You could listen to yourself. You could listen to others because you're more still and you're more present. So you could be there for others, you could love others, you could be kind to others. And you could also be more guided by your intuitions, which is everything, which is really creation guiding you and telling you where you need to be, what you need to do. And if you are present and still, and you can pick up on those intuitions more because you are present and you are still, you could enter this flow state where everything just flows and your life just works out somehow. And you realize you don't need to desire that much. And there's no need to be afraid of anything. There's no need to be afraid of even death. There's no need to be afraid of death. Because you realize everything is okay. And everything will be okay. There's absolutely no fear within you. There's not even desire within you. And you get all that just by being present and by being still, without rectangles, without watching TV, without watching movies, without watching YouTube videos. This world is an absolutely beautiful place and a gorgeous place. You just have to slow down a little bit. Stop chasing things. Stop chasing cars and houses and beautiful things. But the issue is, most of us chase those things because we want to feel loved. And the more and more we're surrounded by cell phones and rectangles and movies and Netflix and TV, the less people will be able to love each other and listen to each other, because they'll be thinking constantly. They'll be caught up in self-thought. So nobody will end up feeling loved, for the most part, in this world. And because they don't feel love, and they don't feel like people really care about them, they're going to do whatever it takes to feel something, whether it's being significant, buying cars, buying houses, entering relationships, Sometimes unhealthy relationships just to feel something. Drugs, alcohol, whatever, just to feel that, feel the void of not feeling loved by people at all. That air conditioning agrees with that one. But we are entering a dangerous time because of that situation, I believe. The situation I just explained with the rectangle theory and the clutter theory, it's very real. It's absolutely a real thing. Whatever. Man, sometimes I drift into these theories and I go. It's not a bad thing. It's actually quite interesting for the people of the future that are watching. Yeah, and if you find this kind of stuff interesting, don't promote your book. Okay, I'm going to do it anyways. There's an ebook on Amazon that's $1. It's in the description below. Less than a Mountain Dew. It's really badass book, man. I dig it. I wrote it. What? You wrote it and you're selling it for $1? Holla. Nah, man, that was so gay. I can't believe it. That was so dope. Yeah, man. No, I don't know, man. I don't know if I should promote that book or not, but I really like the fact that it's out there. It's very chill. It's a very cool book. It's very demented and weird and strange, very entertaining and very just like off. It's like, what the hell is this? Yeah, and I made it less than a Mountain Dew. Yeah, because I don't want money and I don't care about money. I just want to help people. I don't know, get people to understand us, I guess you could say, for those people that are watching that have like BPD and that kind of thing. Yeah, speaking of which, I was watching this video because it was recommended underneath my video. It was like next watch on YouTube underneath my video, and it was this girl. She had like BPD and complex PTSD and abandonment issues, and she started riffing, and it was interesting. But I feel like most of those BPD videos are about like, woe's me, like I'm going to talk about my problems and get attention from people. That doesn't really help people. You know what I mean? And all the comments below are like, oh my God, I'm like here for you. Like, I understand like what you're going through. And it's just like, I don't think that's why we should be making these videos. I think it should be more of like informing the future people of like what this is all about, and I don't know. It's just weird. I feel like most people that make these BPD videos, it's more of like a significance thing or a way to get attention from people, and I don't know, man. It just seems weird to me. Anyways, y'all, have a good day. Enjoy your Monday, suckers, from the future. For the people in the future that are watching this, it's September 28th, Monday, 2020. Holla for all you people in like 2080. And for the people of present day, if anybody in the present day is watching, congratulations. You made it through 23 minutes and 59 seconds. Yeah, man. And if you want to be entertained or read something really cool, ebook, $1 on Amazon. Jeff Bezos. What? And yeah, man, have fun today. Love ya. Later. Peace. Logos.